Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. I was going to say this morning, this afternoon. Okay, this is Pinkie. I go by Pinkie on all my channels, but right now we're on Pinkie the Housewife and Pink Global and the original Pinkie. I go by Pinkie on every channel. Okay, thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. All right, and we got a wet morning. It's very wet out here. I already got my flood watch warning, came across my phone, and don't need any more rain. We're already flooding as it is. Okay? And my prayers go out to all the families that's dealing with the flood and everything. Let me just do one thing, guys. I'm just trying to get something done. Okay. Why is that not doing what it's supposed to do? Okay. All right. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Let me it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It is a lot, but we're not going to waste any time. We're going to dive into everything. Okay. Let me see what my this straw fit in here and not going to be too long. Oh Lord, that straw is way too long. Let me cut that straw down some, guys. It's too long, too long. I'm going to cut it down some. Just cut it off. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, I got my strawberry lemonade here and got my lemon water here. So I'm good. And I just finished eating. My husband, oh, it was good, good, good. So I won't need any junk food. Oh Lord, I could use some, but I'm not going to go with that right now. Okay, so we got a lot to talk about. Okay, now everything is out. You know what? Y'all know me. I don't say that everything is alleged, but this is my opinion, and it's for education or entertainment purposes only. But I just said it. But I had stopped saying that. But I'm going to say it today because we're going to be pulling from a lot of sources. Okay, we're going to be pulling from everywhere, not other people. We're not going to. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. But anyway, let's see who, let's tell you what, let's go ahead and get the house rules out of the way. And so we can see who we got in here today. All right. I'm going to welcome everybody to the Pink House. And guys, go ahead and hit that like button because that's the only way to keep me in the algorithm. Okay. And subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And y'all can always go over to my second channel, Pink Global, and subscribe. It's free. Doing a like or subscribe don't cost nothing. But thank you guys. It don't cost nothing. But let me go ahead and put up this graphic content warning because this information sometimes is not good for everybody. Not everybody can take it. Not everybody can see what they see and say, I don't want to unsee that. I saw that. I don't want to unsee it. I saw it. Okay. So, because it could be a trigger warning for a lot of people. Okay. Now, Diddy. the fall of the people around him. People are falling left and right. Well, people have been falling left and right. They've been falling. Not on their own accord. I'm not talking about you do something and you just fall yourself. Okay? Because a lot of these people were very smart, very intelligent, very talented people. You know, they know how to hustle and get it right. Some was straight from the street. They knew exactly what they was doing. They ran their business, their operation, the way they run. They used to run things on the street. And you have to be smart. You have to have some common sense, intelligence, or something to be able to run a business on the street. You know, you coming straight from the street, selling or dealing or whatever you want to do. You had to know how to do. Not everybody did that, but a lot of them, yeah. So they were smart to make it to where they made it to, off the street and into something. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. But a lot of people, they fall. When I say they fall, they fell and they didn't get up. They fell and they ain't gonna ever get up. They fell, we'll never see them again until you cross over yourself. Okay? Now, we're going to dive deep into Diddy's world. Deep into Diddy's world. Like they said, this is Diddy's world, and we just got to live in it. So they just had to live in it and be scared for their life. Don't do not one thing wrong, because you may not come back from it. Also, never piss off Sean Diddy Combs. Never piss him off. Never piss. You better hold that piss. Hold it tight. Hold it till you get somewhere safe. Even if you got to go out of the country, move to another state, or go into hiding, or pray, please, somebody put me into hiding. Put me under witness protection or something. Because sometimes you don't make it out. You make it up back home, but then that ain't safe for you either, or your family. So never piss Diddy off. Okay? Now, let me go ahead and see who we got here. Hello, Sweet Tea. Hello, Sweet Tea. Thank you for being here. Happy Sunday, everybody. Sharon, hello, Sharon. I'm so happy to see you. I was going to say this morning again, y'all got to forgive me, because I swear I forget whether it's morning, noon, or night. I do. I forget. I'm gonna have somebody come and turn my TV on, because y'all know I don't fool with anything in my house. And this is a new one. Let me just have somebody come and turn my TV on. Okay. No, I'm gonna call them. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right. Okay. I'm getting my TV turned on and stuff. Okay. 5 in and 5 watching. Thank you, Sweet Tea. Thank you, Sweet Tea. Let me get into this. Then when everybody else get here, Sweet Tea got something to say to you all. She want to tell you all something. But we'll wait until everybody else get into the live. Some of the other people, just in case, if they may have something to say too. Okay? Thank you, Sweet Tea. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and get started. So we're going to be looking back, sometime back years, on the Diddy man. Okay, on Diddler. I'm just going to say the Diddler, like I always say. We're going to be looking back many years on the Diddler. Well, not basically him. We ain't looking back on him, but I bet y'all better you don't piss him off. I don't ever. I'm not around him, so I'm never going to piss him off. Okay, because I got a wonderful life. Okay, but anyway, um, but he have been found guilty. Y'all know that. I ain't getting into all that. I'm not going to get into all that by a jury of his peers. But I'm not getting into all of that. Y'all ain't going to draw me into that. I'll just put it up here for you, right here. You see those two counts right there? Count 3 and count 5, guilty. So I ain't getting into all that. Y'all know what he was found guilty of. There it is right there. I ain't getting into that. Okay, but here we go. Let me go ahead and um, get into this video for you all. Let me just make sure of one thing. I'm just trying to. Okay, I'm just getting things right, guys. Okay. Let me just say something before we get into this. Y'all remember the juror, the one that came out talking right away? I played him on my line, George. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all remember George? Y'all remember him, right? Let me just show you a little snippet of George right quick. And the reason why I want to show you a little snippet of George, because George been doing a lot of talking. It's yeah, he have, but it's what he's been saying. No, should I say it like that? That too, what he's been saying, but also what George, people have found out about. Thank you. Wait, let me mute me. Let me just do this. Okay, you can go ahead. Thank you so much. Okay. What people have found out about George. George, you George is not just a regular everyday citizen. George is pretty smart. George is very intelligent, but he didn't come off that way too much while he was doing his interview. And I ain't saying nothing, but George, you did wrong. And I think people are looking into what you did. You got a lot of people kind of upset there, George. George got a lot of people upset. But let me just show you what I mean. Tell you what, instead of pulling up that way, I'm going to pull him up on TikTok. Because because I haven't pulled him up on TikTok. But I bet you, even on TikTok, George is, I'm typing it in. Okay. I just want, because I haven't looked at what TikTok been saying about George. George got 2 jobs. The main job is to blow your socks off. I wonder, did they know that? George. George make me wonder. We're going to see what they're talking about on TikTok about George, okay? Can we do that? Just for a second. I really didn't mean to plan on to do this, George. I really didn't. But I think, because y'all got to remember when George was interviewed right after he was interviewed on CNN. Right after the trial. Since the trial, I mean, they was let go. They gave their verdict. Not guilty, not guilty, guilty, not guilty, and guilty, not, whatever he did. He didn't know nothing about nothing, but he kept talking about we, and us, and we. George, it had me to think to myself, George, every time she asks you a question, you talk about we. You never say nothing about what you did. So, George, I'm wondering. Hi, Colton. Thank you for coming in. Love to see you on this Sunday afternoon. And Colton, let me just tell you what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be doing a deep dive into why you should never piss Diddy off, the Diddler off. Because when you piss him off, y'all, when you piss him off, because all the people start falling. So never piss Diddy off. And George, you've been saying a lot. And I wonder, is George saying a lot for a reason? George, you can cause mistrial. George, you can have them to retry this, ask for another trial. Do you know that? Hello. Hey, Linda. Thank you for coming in. Linda Gamble, guys, she's in the house. Linda Gamble is the best moderator of all the YouTube streets. Okay. Now, I hope everybody saw the title, right? And we're talking about George for a moment, so I can let him go, get him off my brain cells for right now. But George been talking a little too much. He was the first person to come out from behind the scenes, so we know what they all look like. If it was left up to George, he'll tell you what everybody do, their names and everything. He probably got a slideshow of pictures for you. But okay, but George's been doing a lot. He got 2 jobs. He got a big job. I wonder, did they know that? Second job is a realtor, though, but he got a big job. But he do a lot of talking. Let's see what George is talking about right now. Let me see. We're going to try to pull it up here for a moment.
Trial. George is joining us right now. This was 7 weeks of your life, hearing all of this testimony. You were an alternate. You did not deliberate, but did you agree with the final verdict?
I understood the final verdict. And I think if I, because I took a copious amount of notes overall, like 350 pages worth of notes. Because at the end, we weren't told who was an alternate, who was the main juror until literally the last second when they were reading when the judge was reading his entire statement at the end. It was like, the first 12 are the jurors, the last 5 are the alternates. So we didn't know, even in the jury room, no one treated everyone, we all were equal because we didn't know who was who.
Would you have acquitted him on RICO?
I think reading all my notes and looking back at the evidence, I probably would have reached the same conclusion as the other jurors.
What was it about that charge?
I don't, the thing with the, when it, because we were asked and the judge had
trial. George is joining us right now.
Okay. Remember, George was the person that never answered a question when it was directly right at him. She could ask George 1,000 questions, and every question he'd ever answer the question himself. Like, George, what did you think of this or that? Or how did you feel about this? Or what was your understanding of this? Well, we we all, it's like, George, but I'm talking about you. But she didn't want to be that way. But everybody talking about George. George is a hot topic. George, you a hot topic, man. So I ain't got nothing else to say about George. Okay? I'm gonna let you go, George. But y'all remember seeing George on give me a second. Then we're gonna get off George because George, he ain't what I want to talk about really. Y'all remember, this is CNN when he was on there, 17 minutes and 49 seconds. George had an interview right there. And you can support the channel by the way of super stickers and super chats. Thank you, Linda. And Carlton is saying hello to Sweet Tea. You can join or gift memberships in the channel. Thank you. Don't mention any content creators in the chat or comments that will be removed. Thank you, Linda. Now, George, I hate to tell you, that interview you did with CNN on CNN wasn't what people was expecting to hear. But they did hear a lot of things. And he got one of these big jobs at, I don't want big lemon award. He got one of these big jobs at, and I wonder, we've been wondering, people have been asking questions. Y'all, I ain't gonna spend my time talking about George right now. Okay? Because George never answered nothing directly. Seems like George has been, just to me, in my opinion, the way George answered every question, seems like they was doing a deliberation, talking about the case among each other every day. Now, you know, I'm not one to want to say that. I've never wanted to say anything like that because I know the impact of something like that. But George, he talks, George, seems like y'all been discussing this case since day one. And the judge never told you to do that. Matter of fact, he tells you not to do that every time he releases you all, by my understanding. So I don't know who told you all y'all can discuss this thing every day and how you feel about. Seems like you already had your mind made up no matter who came up there, no matter what person they put up on the stand. Your mind was made up in the first place. So George, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of you for right now because you just was up to shenanigans. You was doing things that you didn't supposed to do. So I had to get rid of George for right now. Y'all make sure you hit that like button. Okay, if you're in the bushes, come out from the bushes, step over the bushes right now, or reach your hand over and hit that like button while you at it. Okay. Hi, Impetitious. Happy Sunday to you too. You just getting here. We just got rid of George right now because George was doing things that questionable. Okay, but we just got rid of him. No, that interview, you know, George, on the alternate, he's been doing too much talking. But let's go ahead and get on to this. This is what I want to show you all first, because we're going to be doing a deep dive. And let me just show you. I got a list. You know, they talk about this list. There's a list going on. There's two different lists. There's a list going on of everybody that's been shade, not shade, but shade by the diddler. That's when your butt start burning. Your butt start burning. Mm-hmm. Or that big cat, you know, a cat like in the wild, you don't want to run across, even on a good day, start burning. Yeah. Even if you got a well, a lot of water in it, it's still burning. Yeah. So, should I show that one first to get that on out of the way? Or I don't know. But y'all remember how R. Kelly just took a tumble? He didn't know which way to go. We're going to talk about. Y'all remember that? Y'all, I want y'all to remember. I want y'all to remember a lot of people. So we're going to try to get around to people like Biggie Small, the notorious B.I.G. We're going to try to get around to him. Tupac, we're going to try to get around to him. Heavy D. Yeah. Was it planned or not? Was this death planned or not? I don't know, y'all. We're going to make up this. Well, if I did know, I'm not going to tell you right now. Put it like that. We're going to talk about Twitch, too. Ooh, Lord. Just hearing about Twitch, shivers ran up my arm. I'm serious. It's like a dark thing from a scary movie. It was. And I love myself some Twitch because I followed his career when he from trying out to winning to then doing this and doing that. He was the greatest. Okay. He's always smiling, always teaching people how to do something in a dance or how to dance or whatever. Kim, Biggie, and Twitch. Yeah. Kim Porter. Yes. Thank you, Linda. We ain't going to forget about Kim Porter. Yeah. Yes. We're not going to forget about Kim Porter right there. The beautiful Kim Porter, the mother of 4 of his children. 3 of their biological kids and 1 stepson. Yeah. And then don't forget about Craig Mack, Black Rod. They hardly ever talk about Black Rod, but he's there too. DMX. And everybody trying to figure out, how do Prince and DMX fall in this lineup? What did I tell y'all about never piss Sean Diddy comes off? Nipsey. How do he fall in this? You ain't got to piss him off, then. Let's see, did anybody I miss? It's a lot of people. Craig Mack. Did I mention Craig? Oh, yeah, I did mention Craig Mack. It's so you got to survive in the music industry. You got to survive. Survive Diddy. That's the thing. You got to survive him. Because no matter what happens, he's going to still be standing. And that's why a lot of people are so afraid of him getting out. Even if he do time, they ain't, to me, my understanding is they're not probably going to go past 5 years. And that, I know I know it's 10 years for each count. And he got 2 counts of them. That's 20 years. I know. Can you at least do more than that? Can you at least do 15? Because people need time to get the things settled, get themselves settled and up and moved. You know? So we're going to do a depiction of him. We're going to dive off into it. A lot of lives could be destroyed if he gets out and stuff. I just wonder if the Diddler had anything to do with Angie Stone's allegedly. Yeah. Oh, yes. I forgot about Angie Stone. Yeah. Me too. Because Angela Stone's death, it's like y'all remember the soap opera called As the World Turns? It just keeps turning and turning and turning. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Yeah. You got to be like Al B. Sure and Jamie Foxx. You got to fight. You got to fight that pneumonia or that heart failure. Jaguar Wright said there's things they can, well, I'll just let her tell you yourself. Hello, facing unalive, 2 popping Biggie Small in California. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and get down into it. Y'all come on out and hit that like button so we can, let me just let you watch. Let me see where I stopped at. Okay. Let me just let you watch just a little taste of this. Just a little taste. Okay. We're going to watch just a little taste of this. Shit, what the fuck was that? That's why you shouldn't talk about, don't mention the dead. What the hell was that? I don't know. Don't piss off the dead. Don't piss off the dead. Yeah. As the World Turns. I used to watch it with my mom years ago. My mom's no longer here, but I used to watch. She hooked me up to that the minute I started walking. The minute I realized I can walk and could say anything. Next thing I know, she's telling me about I'm sitting down on the floor right by her feet watching that soap opera. Yeah. You guys. Okay, let's look into a little of this and then we'll get into, because we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. We're talking about 15 years, 20 years. We're getting ready to go back. We're gonna go back so far. And we're probably gonna go stay back there for until this live is over. Okay. I may try to pull us up in 2 years from 2 years, 2 years ago, maybe. I may can bring us up to 2 years from now. I'm not sure. Or I may could bring us up to just last year. I don't know whether I can get us up into just last year. Okay. Because the Diddler was arrested. What was that? September the 16th on a Monday. And he haven't stepped foot. Well, don't let me say that. He have stepped foot out of the MDC. He have stepped foot out of there, only to go to trial. Only when his court dates. So, but otherwise, any other time he's been in there for so long, he don't realize that he came from living as a billionaire to living as a inmate in a little tiny cell. I don't know how big it is, 8 by 10, 10 by something, I don't know. 10 by 10, 8 by 8, I don't know. But I know it's smaller than, I think A lot of my guest closets are bigger than that. Okay? My dog's rooms are bigger than that. Well, they got big giant rooms anyway, so yeah, they got their own room. They always had their own room. And if y'all need me to show you their rooms, I can show it to you. They know where they room at in the house. Their rooms are bigger than that. Okay, but Lord, yeah, y'all. Oh Lord, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? So I'm gonna bring y'all all the way up. I'm gonna take you all the way back first. I know I can take you back there 10, 15, maybe 20 years from now, but I don't know whether I can bring you back all the way back up to now. So that's going to be the hardest struggle to get y'all back into now. But don't forget, oh Lord, Aliyah. Oh, let me make a note of her. Oh, I'm glad you brought her up, Aliyah. Oh, well, maybe I can try to get Aliyah the info on her. I'm going to try my darndest. Okay? I'll try. Because there's so many people. When I say it's so many people, it's hard. It's hard. When I say it's hard, it really is. Y'all just don't know the job it takes for you to go back in time. He did so much. It's like pulling teeth to get you down there 20 years from now, and then try to bring us back. That's why I'm not making no promises. I'm just going to say, I'm going to try to bring us back up to, what did I say? Maybe 2 years or maybe 1 year. I don't know, but I'm going to do my best. Because yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go, guys. Let me go ahead and bring this one up for you. This all the information I use will be down in my description box below my video. Okay, this is this is credit to Swamp Stories. Okay, I'm just using it because we just need to dive back into it. Okay, so surviving Diddy, exploring all the unalivings, 8 bodies, the trauma, and his dog evil ways. Okay, 8 bodies. More than that. We're trying, we're working on it. We're going to be working on it. All right. Who, Lord? We're not going to watch this entirety because we cannot do that. Because I got a whole list of, we're going to be watching some funerals today. We're going to watch news coverage when it first happened. When Popo show up on the scene. When Diddy got his hand over his face, crying. And talking about he just don't understand. And who was at the funeral back then? Okay. So let's go ahead. Y'all put a one in the chat if you can hear this, okay?
Around.
Oh. Now listen to Jaguar.
Him go through.
You're a dad now.
Okay, here it is.
What he's being known for with Cassie, I can only equate to some of the things that I've seen him and Kim go through.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See? I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get an early.
Kevin is gonna let him know he's stuffed up.
Yo, what the did Puff just say? Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
There's no way this man should be getting an icon award when all he has done was destroy the people around him.
Welcome back to another episode of Swamp Stories. For this one, we do something that we've never done before. We take a deep dive into one of America's most controversial figures. He's loved by some, hated by others, but everyone knows that he's a boss that you never want to piss off. As talented of a genius as he is, he's also known to be equally as angry, manipulative, and flat out evil. So in this video, we gather information and opinions to create an unbiased and hopefully accurate depiction of the man himself. This is
Y'all heard that. Flat out evil. Flat out evil. Okay.
Surviving Diddy, so let's dive in. The story begins in 1970s Harlem, a very rough place at the time. Poverty and violence ruled the community, and people did what they had to do to survive. One of these people was Melvin Combs, a man who climbed the ranks as a dealer in Harlem. But Melvin lived a double life, one where he risked his life and freedom in the streets, and another where he provided for his wife and two children. But by all accounts, Melvin and his wife did a great job sheltering their kids from the chaotic streets. Sadly though, in the mid-1970s, Melvin would lose his life to a deal gone wrong. On paper, Melvin was just another statistic, one of the thousands in New York City. But to his son named Sean, he was his everything. Sean was in elementary school when his father passed away, and his mother always told him that it was a car crash. Her idea was to shelter him from all things bad, and she even moved him into the suburbs. So in the 6th grade, the family moved to...
How did she go from what happened to him to a car crash? That's a big stretch, don't you think? Car crash? Okay.
the city of Mount Vernon, and Sean attended a private Montessori school. In many cases, going from inner city to a private school can be a struggle, but not for a young Sean Combs. He was highly intelligent and charismatic, an instant leader amongst boys. So Sean spent the rest of his adolescence in Mount Vernon, thriving amongst his wealthier classmates. After high school, his good grades led him to the prestigious Howard University. There, he became an absolute star in all facets. He joined a fraternity and was known for throwing the best parties in DC. On top of this, he started a cab service that would safely take home drunk students after parties. He was already a natural businessman, and everyone knew that he was destined for success. All he had to do was wait patiently for his first major opportunity. For him, this would come rather early. In fact, it was in 1989 after his freshman year. While home in Mount Vernon, he linked up with a good childhood friend named Dwight Myers, also known as Heavy D. Growing up, Heavy D was like a big brother to Sean, a mentor in many ways. While Heavy was a talented rapper, and by 1989 he signed a major deal with Uptown Records. So over the summer, he introduced his friend Sean to the owner of Uptown Records, a respected mogul by the name of Andre Harrell. Right off the bat, Andre took a special liking to him.
Now, you got this. I want y'all to see this. Heavy D, better known, which is his real name is Dwight Myers. He's the one that was trying to bring Sean up and introduce him to Andre. You see what I'm saying? And neither one of them are here anymore. I hate to tell y'all, they're not here no more.
Sean Combs like an oddly special liking. I guess he saw major potential in him because he decided to give him a major opportunity right away. So in the summer of 1989, Sean was hired as an intern at Uptown Records. Over the summer, Sean spent countless hours in the studio and in meetings with major artists from around the country. It was truly a dream come true for a freshman in college, something that's pretty much unheard of. Well, the fall comes around and Sean has to return to campus in DC. Andre didn't want him to go and tried to convince him to drop out and stay with the label, but Sean's mother was not having it.
So let me pause this for a moment. Let's look at Heavy D's story right quick. Okay, we're going to get back to this. All right, we're getting ready to pull up Heavy D. Heavy D. Let me just pull up on Heavy D. Let me see. Oh, let me find his story. Okay, that's still Jamie Foxx there. Okay. Oh, Lord, I tell you. Let me pull up the world of Heavy D. I should have had my glasses on right. Y'all just going to have to excuse me. I'm going to have to bring it closer. Let me see, can I find Heavy D right quick? I got them all in here, but I'm scamming through. Okay, here it is, Heavy D. How many do I have of Heavy D? I think this is, don't that man got but one. One on Heavy D? I guess. Okay. Okay. I guess I got this one for now. Okay, we're getting ready to look at okay. Let's look at Heavy D right quick. Now they just said this is with CBS News. Rapper Heavy D dead at 44. Dead at 44. And this is November the 9th, 2011. 2011. Let me let you all see it. See the bottom down here? Rapper Heavy D dead at 44. The year right below what say CBS, November the 9th, 2011. I told y'all I'd be taking y'all back on some of this stuff. I'm taking you back.
And hip-hop pioneer Heavy D died last night. His group Heavy D and the Boys released their first album, Living Large, in 1987. The rapper collapsed outside his Beverly Hills home. Heavy D was only 44 years old.
Okay. Let me just say this. They said he collapsed outside of his home. One story was, okay, one outlet, I can't remember which one. Last night I saw it for a few minutes. Said he died of pneumonia. Then another one came out and said he died from, I wrote it down. Let me just see what it said. Heavy D, 44 years old. Dwight Everton Myers. Was his death planned? Because they also said he died of pneumonia, then heart failure, heart attack. Here it is, right here. Okay, here it is, right here. Pneumonia. That's what I wrote down. I put Myers, question mark by his name. Death was planned. Was it death was planned? And I got a question mark back, and then I got from pneumonia. Then as I was watching another outlet, it said he died of a heart attack. Y'all remember? Go back. Oh, okay. Here it is. Beverly Hills home. Heavy D was only 44 years old. young people. Prince was unalived and was found in an elevator. Yeah, his body was hanging outside the elevator. Somebody was on their way to his home. We'll get into Prince. But yeah, the person got there a little too late because he found him. Okay, but Heavy D is the one that gave Diddy his break. Heavy D is the one that was giving him a break, gave him his big break. And then Heavy D is the one that introduced him to Andre. Correct. What did Jaguar say? These two are already gone. These are already gone. Yes. Don't piss them off. They're already gone. Sweet Tea, I haven't forgot. You need Sweet Tea have something she wants to tell. Let me see how many people are already in here. Let me look at my let me let a few more people get in here, Sweet Tea. Or when you get ready to come up, you can just ask me to drop the link. I'll let you go ahead and come on up if you want. Okay? Just tell me to drop the link when you get ready to come up, Sweet Tea. All right? And you can just stay up as long as you want. You can stay up here, or you can tell them what you need to tell them, and then get back down if you want. All right? But let me go ahead back to this story. But let's see. I'm trying to find it. I got it in here somewhere. Okay. Now, but then he died. No. Blood clots. Blood clots. I think Heavy D was blood clots. Pneumonia. It was blood clot from traveling. Okay, because I looked at so many last night. He was traveling, got off the airplane. I know flying on an airplane, a person can develop blood clots. But first it was said pneumonia. Then it said something dealing with pulmonary embolism. Embolism is a blood clot. Now, they need to get the story straight. What is it? Just like him. They said one thing, homicide, then they said pneumonia. These, and then I ain't got nothing to say. Okay. This is Mark Curry. We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but this is Mark Curry at Black Rob's funeral. Mark Curry, everybody knows who he is. Played on the sitcom and everything. Very nice guy. I didn't mean for this one to pop up right now. Hi, Vanita. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much for being here. I didn't mean for this one to pop up yet, but this is one of them. Remember I said Black Rob? His real name is Robert Ross. This is at, let me see. I think I got more than one funeral for him. But anyway, I didn't mean for this one to come up, the funeral. Remember I said we're going to be diving deep into the funerals as well. Okay? I didn't mean for this one to pop up because I got them all listed. But since it's already showing, I'm not going to take it down. I know we was talking about Heavy D, and we're going to still finish talking about Heavy D. But this is Black Rob, also known as Robert Moss. Okay? So I'm not going to pull it down. I'm going to go ahead and let it play. Oh, watch one thing. Watch Mark Curry. Mark Curry is kind of pissed at what happened. I think Mark Curry, he's pissed. But I think what he does at the funeral is not right. He wants to sit up on top of the seating pews You can't do that. There's people behind you. You can't do that. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. That's the show that he used to play on that sitcom. Thank you, Linda. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Okay, here we go. That's him in the black hat with sunglasses. You see everybody got masks on? And let me tell you what year this was. This was May 1st, 2021, during the middle of the pandemic, C-19. In the middle of C-19, 2021, May 1st. Okay? So that tells you right there. We're getting closer back to the future. But I'm going to take you back in the past again. We're going to go back in the past again. We was in the past. We was way in the past when we was talking about Heavy D. But we're going to go back there again.
Oh my God.
When he was trying to sit up on the bed. That was called again. Somebody, here it is right there. Watch it. You don't want to keep it.
Oh my God.
Somebody had to push on him, let him know you don't do that. This is DMX. See, it's trying to take me too fast. See, I got them all lined up. I should just let them all just go ahead and play, okay? But I got them all lined up. All that information will be down in my description box, okay? So this is back in April 23rd, 2021. April 23rd, 2021. Y'all will be able to go back and look at these videos because they will be under my video in the description box where it say credit. Because I give credit, okay? So I didn't mean to get into DMX, though, but DMX, remember at the beginning, I told y'all we're going to talk about DMX. DMX died at 50, was unalive at 50 years old. These people are too young. These people are too young to be practicing like this. DMX played by his own rules. He calls you out. And in his songs, he calls you out. It was hard for people to come because they never know what's going to come out of DX's mouth. But I'll go ahead and play this one too. After this one, I'm going to have to stop it for a moment because I'm getting, they're rolling right after, because I got it set up. I got it set up where one after the other comes on. And I was going to do that after this. Okay, we'll watch DMX and then we're going to stop and go back to where we came from. Okay? Okay, they said DMX. I got it. Now we're back on Black Rob. See, normally I was going to take them down and bring them up slowly at the time, but now we're back on Black Rob again. Okay, I thought it was going to be DMX. Okay, but this is Black Rob managed to bless Diddy in spite of funeral gestures. Said he's unalive and gone now. Because Diddy I'm just let y'all. Oh, I'm going to stop it there. Okay. One thing about what all been said, Black Rob stepped up and had to bring it and brought it after death of some of the ones that Diddy was putting all his time and energy in. Black Rob was the one that Diddy sat up on the shelf, or put up on the shelf. And then when all the ones he put his time into, and all up in their videos dancing with him, then Black Rob stepped up and really showed him, I could have been doing this then. I could have been doing this then. But we ain't gonna talk about it because we got a lot of more people to talk about. Not talk about, bring to life. That's why a lot of people are afraid if he get out on bail. I'm not saying the man can't get out on bail. He can get out on bail. He don't have to get out. It does. But people are afraid, like Cassie, her and her family, like the chef, Jordan, his chef that was at his home. She is afraid. Like Dante Nash, he's afraid. A lot of people are afraid if he get out. So, a lot of people. We ain't got time to go into all of it because we got a show to go to finish working on. Okay? Let's bring back where we started from. We're going to go back. Today, Sweet Tea, we're going to, let me see. Give me a few minutes after this here. I'm trying to see how many. Okay. After this, then we after I stop this, I'm not going to let this play all the way through because we're going to stop it and bring it back up. After this and everything, then I'll drop the link if you want to come up and tell everybody that you received. Tell everybody whatever. But anyway, okay. But we're going to play this just for a little bit more. We ain't playing this whole thing. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let it play. Let me see. Don't forget the dealer had ordered Kim Colvin. Yes, a couple months. It was 2 months before her death. Who do that? Who do that? You must got psychic powers or something. He's good at what he does with them psychic powers. Okay, here we go, guys.
So together they came to a compromise. Twice a week, Sean would take the train from DC to New York to be at the Uptown office. This was 4 hours each way, meaning that Sean spent a total of 16 hours a week just to remain an intern at Uptown. This really didn't make any sense. What could he bring to the table that required him to do all of this hassle? Well, you might find out in just a second, so hold on. This crazy lifestyle continued for a few months until Andre Harrell put his foot down. He offered him a full-time job at the label if he would drop out of Howard and return back to New York. Sean accepted it and it worked out extremely well. This is because at just 20 years old, Sean was promoted to the vice president of the label. Whoa, now we're all thinking the same thing, aren't we? Why in the world would Andre Harrell promote a 20-year-old to the vice president of his label? The music industry is one of the hardest to crack, and for most it takes decades to get this position. So how did Sean Combs really get this job so young? And that leads us to a little bit of deep diving history. Back in the day, Andre Harrell had a very similar story to Sean Combs. He was another college student in the Bronx hoping to one day work in the music industry. And while in college, he was discovered by a legendary music mogul by the name of Clive Davis. For those who don't know, Clive is famous for founding Arista Records and for being one of the first moguls to come out of the closet. Well, Clive took a special liking to Andre and took him under his wing in the music industry. Long story short, in 1985, Andre was given funding to start his own music label, one called Uptown Records. So just like Puff, Andre went out and discovered underground rappers, one of which being Heavy D. So again, this begs the same question. How did Andre get this position at such a young age? Well, according to Sean's former assistant, it's all a power dynamic with Clive Davis at the top. The insinuation is that the boss takes advantage of a young intern and will pay them back later on.
Tell us how
Who
it's
was mentored by Clive Davis.
Don't tell me that Andre Harrell got by Clive Davis too. Don't tell me that Andre Harrell got by Clive Davis too.
Regardless of the truth, stories like these have always been rumored in entertainment. Essentially, you get taken advantage of by those in power, and that's how you make it in your industry. Then the idea is that over time, the former victims become the perpetrators. Now, of course, these are all just rumors, but Jaguar does get more specific. When Sean was hired at Uptown, Andre Harrell had a personal assistant named Kim Porter, and the rumor states that she caught Sean doing special favors for Andre.
But then again, you had it in for Andre because Andre used to make you. And Kim Porter had footage of it.
The rumors have never proven to be true, but they will be important later on. Well, make of all that what you want, but the fact is that Sean's career took off from here. After becoming the vice president of Uptown, Sean truly put his head down and grinded for success. He scouted the local underground scene in order to find his first diamond in the rough. This is how he discovered his first artist in 1991, an MC out of Long Island by the name of Craig Mack. Craig was an instant success, but Sean wasn't satisfied with just him. While scrolling through the Source magazine, Sean was intrigued by a rapper in the unsigned hype section. This would be a young rapper out of Brooklyn by the name of Notorious Big. So in March of 1992, Sean got in contact with Big and brought him to the studio. He was blown away by his talent and instantly signed him to Uptown Records. Boom, this was his next Uptown protege. Now I know what you're thinking, but Biggie was a certified street dude and he was not going for that. It was strictly a business relationship, and here is where things get interesting. It's the fall of 1992, and Biggie completes his first album to be released. The debut album is called Ready to Die, and both him and Sean feel very strongly about the project. But there's a major problem in the way. Uptown's parent company refuses to release the album. They expressed that the album was not to their liking and contained too many explicit lyrics. As you would expect, Sean was upset and so was Biggie. Sean did not respond well to the decision, and because of this, he was fired from Uptown Records in late 1992. This was devastating, but Andre Harrell had his back no matter what.
Final straw for me was when MCA wanted me to not put out the Biggie Smalls album because they didn't like the subject matter, and they wanted me to tell him he's got to change his tone. And it wasn't up to me, I felt, to tell a generation what they could and could not do artistically. So I knew it wasn't going to work because he was coming from a new space and a new era. And Biggie Smalls was more like in the streets and telling street stories. And he told them, well, I'm really letting you go so you can get rich. I'm really letting you go so you can get rich.
But was this really the case, or was something else at play? Puff had just gotten fired from his dream job at the age of 23. Most people would be devastated, but Sean fell right back on his feet. Just a month after being fired, Sean started his own label called Bad Boy Records. Obviously, the 23-year-old didn't have the pockets to fund it himself, so it was initially a partnership with Arista Records. Wait, let's get this straight. So Sean was fired by Uptown and then given his own label by Uptown's bosses. How does that make sense? Well, it's possible that Jaguar...
What did they say? How did that make sense? How did that make sense? What did he say? What did they say? He was 23 years old? Where did he get that kind of money from at 23? I don't know. 23 years old with that kind of money. I don't know. That kind of money at 23 years old. Whoo, Lord. Okay, let's get into it and see. Okay, well, let's see what Jag said first, okay?
All right was correct.
He stepped around Andre Harrell and gave you the keys to the kingdom. Andre was in line.
So again, here's the idea. Andre Harrell had to do special favors for Clive Davis in order to be hired and then get his own label. And once Andre established his label, he repeated the same cycle on Sean Combs. But for former Uptown singer and assistant Jaguar Wright, she believes that Clive Davis was in on it as well. I guess her idea is that Sean did things for Andre in order to be hired, and then he did things for Clive in order to climb the ranks. And being that Clive is above both of them, he had the authority to give Sean his own label.
Andre got passed over.
Okay. Okay. Andre got passed over. Sean at that young age. Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot about Ray J. Ray J. Okay, he's crashing out. And what was in the note? Whitney gave to Brandy. Yes, I remember. Brandy was sitting up there with CK and being interviewed, and then all of a sudden Whitney walks up and whispers something in her ears and had something fold up, a little piece of paper, and just put her hand into her. You know how you don't just give it to you like that. No, you cuff hands and put it in the other person's hand. So they don't know. Yeah, but we saw it. Yes. And still today, nobody knows. Somebody speculated, I'm not going to say who, that in that note, it was Whitney letting her know that somebody's trying to unalive her. That's alleged. Okay? Allegedly. Okay? So let's go into, we're gonna tell you what, let's go ahead and just get this all out of the way so we can watch some of the other stuff. Okay, we just finish this all up, and that way we can get into all these people. This big list I got. All right. Let me just bring it back up, guys. Let me ask you a question, because I just got through eating. So sometimes y'all eat and you're hungry again. It's like, now I'm ready for some dessert. I am. I'm going to try to think of something for me to snack on while I'm doing this live, okay? Because I want something sweet now. I'll just drink some more of this until I have. Just drink on some of that. Here we go, guys. While I think about what I want to snack on. Oh, I just figured it out.
Intern. And that's because you know Clive Davis, and we all know he has lots.
Wait, we just missed a little.
He did things for Clive in order to climb the ranks. And being that Clive is above both of them, he had the authority to give Sean his own label.
Andre got passed over. Intern. And that's because you know Clive Davis, and we all know he has lots of secrets. Clearly, he trusts you. He stepped around Andre Harrell and gave you the keys to the kingdom. Andre was in line.
If the rumored power dynamic is true, then Clive Davis did replace Andre Harrell with Sean Combs, meaning that now instead of Andre, it was Sean doing special favors for Clive. And as a reward, Clive made Andre drop him from Uptown and gave him his own label. Of course, though, this is all silly speculation. But what's not speculation is that Uptown's artists were released from their contracts and were able to sign with Bad Boy Records. This way, Sean now had full control over Biggie and Craig Mack. Well, after starting Bad Boy, Sean started going by the alias Puff Daddy. This is a name given to him by his mom because when he was a kid, he used to huff and puff whenever he was mad. So now we enter the era of Puff Daddy and Bad Boy Records. Puff's Bad Boy released their first album in July of 1994, which was Craig Mack's Flavor in Your Ear. The album took off to immediate success, and this is how Bad Boy entered the industry. Then just 2 months later, Biggie's debut album Ready to Die released as well. Both albums did well, and Puff was eager to keep it going. So just 2 weeks after Biggie's album, Bad Boy released Craig Mack's second album, Funk the World. Puffy couldn't miss, and he was eager to recruit more and more new artists. He was becoming so respected in the industry that other moguls were coming to him for advice. And that takes us down to Atlanta, Georgia. In 1992, music mogul L.A. Reid discovered a 12-year-old singer named Usher Raymond. While watching him perform at a local talent show, he saw some Michael Jackson in him. He was so impressed that he signed him to his label LaFace Records at just 13 years old. Interestingly enough, LaFace Records was under the Arista umbrella. Just keep that in mind. Well, the story goes that in order to prep Usher for his music career, he was sent to go live with none other than Puff Daddy. So at 14 years old, Usher was sent to live.
They plucked him off the stage at 13. At 14, he's living with the Diddler. Can't no child of mine be living with somebody I don't even know. No man that I don't even know. At 14 years old. I don't see Mama nowhere in here. Seems like he just been passed around. He's been passed around. See, that's the problem. And then he's going to pass somebody else around. Usher's getting ready to pass Justin around.
Live with Puffy full time, something known as Puffy's Flavor Camp. I guess the idea was for Puffy to mentor him and send him down the right path. But according to Usher, there was a lot more going on than just that.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to something
City.
called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor
some...
Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's gonna
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Come on.
But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
saying?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody
crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, could you stay up till 4 a.m. with them, a party?
I mean, I could.
Guys, you just heard the people he named. Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige, this person and that person. As he was naming those people, I was thinking to myself, we all know those people. So were they under the age too? Or are they old enough to be Usher's mama? You see what I'm saying? Were they old enough or were they barely legal? And if he was seeing things that he couldn't understand, that let us know what he was seeing. Or give us a good picture of the stuff he was seeing. If his mind couldn't wrap his brains around it, and he shouldn't have been around that. So if he was naming all of them, are they old enough to be his mama or grandmama or something? Or they run along with Diddy age? Are they Diddy's age or older? So if they're anywhere near his age, how old is Usher? Somebody put it in the chat. How old is Usher? Lord, the streets is on fire today. Little Mitch was just arrested. It sounds like a whole lot of damage in the visual. Yeah, they all are damaged. You can't tell me Mary J talking about she never seen a thing and she supports the deal and she never seen a thing. Girl, go tell that lie to somebody else. Go tell that lie to somebody else. Diddy wasn't shy about what he's going to do around nobody.
I actually stayed up longer than them.
And what kind, do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See?
Many people out there believe that Usher was Puffy's first victim of the power ritual. There's no proof to show that, but these clips may convince you that something strange was going on.
I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's putting conscience for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid.
So what do you guys think? Is Usher a part of surviving Diddy, or is this just a silly assumption? Well, now we move on to the next chapter. Regardless of all the nonsense, Puff was truly a genius at discovering and developing artists, and in the process, he was gaining immense wealth and power in the industry. As you would expect, the success got to his head pretty quickly. By many accounts, Puff grew an obsession with having complete control. He wanted control over everyone around him, even for the silliest things. So here is the first example.
What he said, he had an obsession of wanting complete control of everything, everybody, what they do, everything. So this controlling Cassie is nothing new. Controlling Jane Doe is nothing new. Controlling his Mia wasn't nothing new. That's what he's wanted control of everybody. Okay, run your daughter's age. Okay.
The year is 1995 and Craig Mack is eager to continue his success, so he puts together his third studio album, one by the name of Operation Get Down. The story goes that he brings the album to Puff to get it released, but things don't go as planned. Puff allegedly tells Craig Mack that if he wants the album released, he has to fire his manager and then hire a bad boy manager. But Craig's manager is one of his closest friends and has been rocking with him since day one. Because of this, Craig is loyal to him and tells Puffy no. Even though it's a silly request, Puffy is pissed because he doesn't have control over the situation.
Puff told Craig Mack if he didn't change management, he wasn't with him no more. Craig wasn't getting rid of his management. Craig said, yo, listen here, man, I'm not changing my manager just because you want to. Puff said, yo, I ain't that kid no more. Not at all. I was right there when he said that. Told Craig Mack, you don't change your manager, I ain't fucking with you.
Craig stands on his principles and refuses to fire his manager, so Puffy decides to be petty. He completely stops paying him and refuses to release his music. This made things awkward at Bad Boy, as Craig no longer had the power to control his career or his narrative. In this 1995 interview, you can see the awkwardness on full display. Like Craig Mack could...
I really want y'all to see this. Watch Craig Mack's face. Diddy gonna stand there and, in my opinion, lie. Make up a lie right on the spot. And Craig, there's a video of Craig talking. He may not have no other choice but to got to do what he got to do. Okay? But watch Craig Mack's face. He gonna look at Diddy. His face is not with this lie. You just putting out this lie already, ninja. Watch, guys.
Puff told Craig Mack if he didn't change management, he wasn't with him no more. Craig wasn't getting rid of his management. Craig said, yo, listen here, man, I'm not changing my manager just because you want to. Puff said, yo, I ain't that kid no more. Not at all. I was right there when he said that. Told Craig Mack, you don't change your manager, I ain't fucking with you.
Craig stands on his principles and refuses to fire his manager, so Puffy decides to be petty. He completely stops paying him and refuses to release his music. This made things awkward at Bad Boy, as Craig no longer had the power to control his career or his narrative. In this 1995 interview, you can see the awkwardness on full display. Like Craig Mack could not believe that Diddy would really lie on camera like that.
I'm sure you got much things in store for my man.
Yeah, definitely. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January. We got a new album we're working on him.
Did y'all just see that? The reporter asking Craig Mack a question, sitting eye level to Craig Mack, turned to Craig Mack with the mic, asking him a question. Diddy standing up and just bang bosh took over that interview. It's like somebody need to say, excuse me, I'm talking to, or no, he's talking to me or something. I mean, he said, January, we're dropping a new album. We're working on him. That is a lie. I'm hitting the desk because that is a lie. I'm trying to retain myself, trying to refrain. Ooh. And never. Diddy will lie in your face. Ooh. Okay.
Control his career or his narrative. In this 1995 interview, you can see the awkwardness on full display. Like Craig Mack could not believe that Diddy would really lie on camera like that.
I'm sure you got much things in store for my man.
Yeah, definitely. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January.
You can see the disbelief in Craig Mack's face, like no way he's saying this. From here, frustrations grew further between Bad Boy and Craig as Craig felt betrayed by his boss. I was your first artist. I was the one who took the risk and signed to your label. And more importantly, I've made you a whole lot of money. And now you're willing to throw away my career over a silly manager. What is going on? But not only did Puff want his career to dwindle, it's also rumored that he wanted him killed. Craig knew what Puff was capable of, so everywhere he went, he rolled around with a blankie, something very risky in New York City. He even contemplated getting rid of Puff in order to save his own life.
Now, let me just say this. For a man to start carrying around a pound, that means he must already know and heard or word been around town what Diddy do when he don't get his way. That's why it said don't piss him off. So he must already know. He already know. So this hasn't been just happening when Craig, don't forget now, he was one of the first people signed to the Diddlers recording contract, one of the first ones, and made the man a lot of money. And you got to remember, the Diddlers is messy. He's messy. He's a messy tail.
I had a gun in my lap. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to God. I'm like, Lord, I don't want to do this. But if it comes to getting ugly where somebody's trying to kill me, I'm going to have to do something first or do something to prevent that from happening.
In what world should an artist have to fear for his life because his own boss wants to harm him? Well, Craig says that Puff tried to set him up at the studio, but when he showed up with certified goons, he decided to back off. So thankfully, the situation didn't end terribly, but it was the start of a new era for Puffy. Not only had he become a control freak, but now he was bringing the threat of violence to the table. Slowly, the golden child of the industry was becoming the villain behind closed doors. And now we enter Diddy's violent era. While the Craig Mack drama was taking place internally, a whole nother beef was stewing in the industry. By the fall of 1994, Bad Boy had competition for rap's biggest label, and this would be California's Death Row Records. Particularly, Tupac had become the biggest star in rap, and everyone wanted a feature.
Okay. Let's drop this for a moment, okay, and catch up on some of those ones that they're talking about now. We're not going to get rid of it. It's just showing you back in the day. Because sometimes we need to know what happened back in the day. It's very important. And because you be wanting to know. How did this man go from 20 to 30 years ago being this way? When did this happen? In between all that time, when did this happen? No, it's nothing new, guys. That's why I'm trying to show you why people are afraid if he get out on bail. They want him to go straight from the DMC right to the big house. That's the bigger house. They want him to go straight from the DMC, the detention center, Metropolitan Detention Center, straight on to the other house. They don't want him to stop before he go again. Don't pass go and stop here. Don't stop at your house and be on an anchor monitor. Nowhere. Just go straight from there to there. Just no layover at your house. On bond. Oh no, they don't want that. Because they know what Diddy is like. Okay? They don't want that. Let me bring up the next one. Just give me a second, guys. I hope y'all are enjoying this here. Yes, I know I am. Let me see, can I find, we're dealing with S Hustle DMX. I think we did talk, no, we didn't get to DMX yet. We did Heavy D. We did Black Rob, right? Heavy D. I want to show you all this one here. I want to show you all this one next. I know I may go a little out of order, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to drop my link before we start this one here. So if anybody want to come up, if anybody got anything to say, you can come up for a little bit and get any of this off your mind. Or if you want to tell everybody something, you're welcome to do so. Okay? Hello. Hello. Y'all can see I'm happy. Well, I'm just a happy person. I'm just happy anyway. Sweet Tea, do you want to come up before I start the next one and tell everybody what you want to say? It's up to you. If not, just let me know. Okay? And if you can, you can just tell them what you want to know. If you want. Okay. But I dropped the link when you want to come up. You can just come on up, okay? Let's get to this one here. Whew. Y'all know you StreamYard and did some, this is Associated Press. Stars pay last respects to Heavy D at his funeral. Okay? You know, StreamYard did some updating. And I don't like it. It's just, I don't like the way they did it. But who am I to say? Y'all remember when I was having all those problems getting kicked out? Yeah, they did some updating and I don't like it. But I just got to live with it. Okay? Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, I'm trying. Okay, all right. Let me know. And I'll stop it and bring you on up. Or let you sit up here for this little quick 2-minute video. Okay? That's Will Smith. Did y'all see Will Smith? Let me go back. That's Will Smith, guys. Will Smith right there. That's Ursha right there. Let me see what year this was. This was November the 20th, 2011. November the 20th, 2011. So I told y'all I'm taking y'all back in the this is history moment. I'm taking y'all back. That's Will Smith right there. And Jada just got in the car. Ursha right there.
I say is and not was because his love still lives on through all of us that were touched, influenced by him. A beautiful spirit. I'm just really happy to have been here today to celebrate the life of Heavy D.
Were you influenced by him?
Well, I mean, I think all of our beginnings in some way started with Heavy D because the first time I'd ever come to New York, I was obviously brought here by Sean Puffy Combs and Diddy. He made his start because Heavy D introduced him to Andre Harrell. But I'll never forget the first time I'd ever stepped in the studio. Of course, I'm a little timid because I don't really know my way around these parts. You know, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. These New York guys, they talk a little bit different, and they're from money earning Mount Vernon. And but I was greeted with love by Hev. And I remember him pulling me to the front, like, "Come on, get up here on the mic, man." And you know, as I said, we celebrate the love and passion of the individual.
What?
Reverend R. Sharpton, over to your left.
It was a celebration of Heavy D's life, so it included some laughs.
Heavy D was the first big man to make big men feel sexy.
And some tears, like from singer Johnny Gill as he prepared to perform.
Never would have made it. Never would have made it without you.
A standing room only crowd packed the Grace Baptist Church to pay tribute to Dwight Arrington Myers, better known as Heavy D, or to friends as simply Hev. He died last week at 44 after collapsing outside his Beverly Hills home. His family blamed complications from pneumonia.
What did they just say? Can somebody put pneumonia in the chat? Didn't they just say complications from pneumonia? I ain't saying another word. His family blamed complications from pneumonia. See that? Why do we get this pneumonia? Why do everybody get the same thing? Why do everybody pop up with pneumonia? I don't know. But something is telling me all these young people, Heavy D died at, let me see. I got it written down somewhere. Heavy D, he was 44 years old. 44. Was like, this was like some stuff like C19. You get around just one certain person or a certain person and you get pneumonia. It's contagious. I'm not saying it's contagious. But seems like when you get, it's not letting me come up, Pinkie. Let me try it again, sweetie. First of all, let me just check. Make sure ain't nobody in my live trying to act a fool. Trying to get control of things that they ain't got no business acting up with. I shouldn't have said it out loud. I should have just tried, just look at it, make sure. So it's not letting you up. I wonder why. Ain't that strange? It's not letting you up. That's strange. Sweetie, did you are you able to call me from my phone and that way I hold it up and let you speak through the phone for right now? And then I'll check on this another day and see what's going on, why it won't let you come up. Okay? Did you want to call me by phone, and that way I can put the phone by my beautiful, beautiful pink mic here. See, I have my own pink mic. Y'all can't see it, but yeah, it's pink. Let me straighten up my mic. I keep it over to the side. I don't keep it right up in my face. It's in my studio. That's what I did. I did that, Linda. That's what I was doing to make sure nobody else is in the studio. Okay, you go ahead and try it, Linda, and see whether you can come up. That is strange. Let me try to take this down for a moment and see what it lets you come up. I took the shared screen down. See, can you come up now? I'm just checking something, guys. I know they did some, remember I just mentioned that they did some updates that made one of my lives just look crazy one day. Kept kicking me out of my own life. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and call me Sweet Tea if you want. Then one day, okay. Let me mute myself right quick. Oh, okay, no sound. Okay. Linda, I'm sorry. I just got off the phone with Sweet Tea and she said she tried the same thing. You saying it said my studio is blocked. Okay, same thing. And I think it had something to do with that day when I was trying to do my live last week. and it kept knocking me out over and over and over. I think I was knocked out of there so many times I didn't even know. But I'm going to go in here after this live is over and see what's going on to try to fix it. I made several attempts. Yeah, it's not going to let you in. I'm not sure why it's blocked. I don't know right now, but I'll get in there later and try to see what's going on. I'll go in there and see what's going on and try to fix it after this live is up. Okay? I'll get in there and try. And then I'll probably do a little short live and see whether it's fixed. Okay? I want this on my other channels too. I don't know. We'll try. I'll try on both of my channels after this. Wait, hold on, guys. Okay, guys. Let's finish watching this funeral right quick. Sweet Tea, call me when you can. Thank you all for trying.
Heavy D was known for creating music with an easygoing party vibe, a blend of R&B and rap, enjoying his greatest success in the late 80s and early 90s. The funeral drew a who's who from the hip-hop world, including Jay-Z, Queen Latifah, and Heavy D's old friend Sean Diddy Combs, who's also from Mount Vernon. He credited Hev with helping him break into the music business.
He was a superstar in every sense of the word. He was larger than life. From the way he rapped, to the way he dressed, to the way he danced, to the way he moved.
Among the speakers at the service was the Reverend Al Sharpton, who surprised Heavy D's daughter Zia with a letter from Washington.
Please know that you and your family will be in our thoughts and prayers. I want you to frame this from the President of the United States.
Then Zia told the crowd that her father lives on.
He's still here, not in flesh, but in spirit and in love.
Mount Vernon Mayor-elect Ernie Davis told mourners, "We're not here because Heavy D died. We're here because he lived," something no one there could argue with. In Mount Vernon, Roger Clark, New York 1.
Let's see. Okay. I'll go ahead and let this one here play out. This is about Prince.
Before announcing my decision, I must talk about my fundamental role as a prosecutor. As the Carver County Attorney.
Okay, let me get the date on this. This is CBS News. This is April 19, 2018. Evidence shows Prince thought he was taking Vicodin instead, not fentanyl. Fentanyl, it was mixed with. Okay, wait before you say anything. Let me mute. Hey guys, this is Sweet Tea on the phone, and she has something to say and tell everybody. Go ahead, Sweet Tea.
Okay. Hello, everyone in the chat.
Okay.
Pinkie, I just want to let you guys know that we did have a verdict giveaway.
Yeah, it was on the Sean Diddy Cone verdict watch party. We did some giveaways.
Right. And I won a pink fan, and it is the best. It's cool. If you sweat a lot, it's real nice, and it has a flashlight, and it fits in your purse. It's nice. It's real nice. I didn't expect for it to be this good, but it's very good. It's a keeper.
You can fits in your purse real nice. It's really it's very handy the way you can hold it, or you can sit it on your desk or somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, and it comes with the USB. You can charge it up and everything.
Yeah, I'm going to show them what you're talking about.
Okay.
This is what Sweet Tea got, guys, and she got the pink one. This is pink. During those giveaways, I was giving these away. This is the flashlight here. Oh, well, let me just take this down for 1 second. This is what she's talking about, the fan. That's the flashlight there. And then the USB drives and stuff where you can put it up and charge it up. And it just comes on two settings. That's one setting, setting 2, and you can hold it by here. And even if your finger get caught in there, it doesn't hurt. The fan. Tell them, Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea. Okay, I was just showing them. And anything else you want to say about it? The fan. Yours got the rabbit ears on it too, right? Not the rabbit ears, the little bear ears.
Yeah.
I'm glad. And it said bear paws on the front. Do yours say the bear paws on the front at the bottom? You probably can't.
I think so, but it has the ears.
Right, the ears. And it's very nice, guys. Very nice. So she got hers. And only people we're waiting on, Sweet Tea, is my thoughts to give me so I can get her address, and Terry Matthews. Everybody else went out to them. So y'all be looking for yours. Anybody else that's supposed to be getting your gift already been gone. Y'all just got to wait until you get it.
Well, it's nice. I like it, Pinkie. I thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Because we're gonna do some more giveaways one day soon, but not today. Thank you, Sweet Tea.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I'm gonna go back to YouTube so I can listen to you.
Okay, all right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
I hope everybody heard that. That was Sweet Tea. She's getting back into the chat now. She just wanted to tell you all about how she received her fan. Okay, this is Prince. This is 2018, April the 19th. Oh, I thought it was up. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Y'all know I forget.
My primary ethical duty as the Carver County Attorney is to seek justice within the bounds of the law, not merely to convict. I serve the public interest and must exercise balanced judgment to both pursue appropriate criminal charges based on the evidence and also by exercising discretion to not pursue criminal charges under appropriate circumstances. Therefore, I seek to protect the innocent and convict the guilty, consider the interests of the victims and the witnesses, and respect the constitutional and legal rights of all persons, including suspects and defendants. I am mindful that this is a most unusual and extraordinary case involving a world-famous celebrity, but I cannot factor Prince's celebrity status and tremendous fame into the charging decision. The charging decision must be based on the legal merits and actual evidence adduced, not any particular bias in favor or disfavor of a particular celebrity or public figure. In considering a criminal charge, I must have evidence demonstrating probable cause that a certain crime was committed, and there is a reasonable likelihood of conviction based on admissible evidence sufficient to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. Proof beyond a reasonable doubt is the highest burden in American law. For the past 2 years, law enforcement from the Carver County Sheriff's Office, the federal and state agencies have conducted an extensive, painstaking, and thorough investigation into Prince's death. Their investigation has been extraordinary. The investigation has determined the following. On April 21, 2016, Prince died from an overdose of fentanyl. Fentanyl is a very powerful synthetic opioid that is 30 to 50 times more potent than heroin and 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. The evidence demonstrates that Prince thought he was taking Vicodin and not fentanyl. Vicodin is an opioid painkiller containing hydrocodone and acetaminophen. Vicodin is used to manage severe pain. The evidence reveals that Prince had experienced significant pain for a number of years and had been taking pain medication for a number of years. The evidence taken from Paisley Park revealed a large number of pill bottles containing different medications and pills. A significant number of the pills found by law enforcement at Paisley Park were not in the original container provided by a pharmacy. For example, law enforcement located numerous white capsule pills with Watson 853 imprinted on the pills inside Paisley Park. Like Vicodin, Watson 853 is a legitimate preparation made by Watson Pharmaceuticals containing hydrocodone and acetaminophen. A number of different pharmaceutical companies make pills containing hydrocodone and acetaminophen. Many consumers refer generically to such pills as Vicodin. Notably, the evidence demonstrates that Prince had no known Vicodin or fentanyl prescription. 15 of the prescription pills that had the Watson 853 imprint on it were located in Prince's dressing room. Another 64 and a half of these pills were located inside a beer bottle, and 20 and a half pills were located inside a leaf bottle on the nightstand next to Prince's bed. Another loose pill was located in Prince's bed. Prince did not die from a Vicodin or Percocet overdose. The toxicology report is clear that Prince died from an overdose of fentanyl. The evidence suggests that Prince took counterfeit Vicodin containing fentanyl on or about April 21, 2016. Unfortunately, the subject counterfeit Vicodin pills are an exact imitation of real Vicodin pills, but the counterfeit pills contain the potentially deadly opioid fentanyl. Representative samples taken from Paisley Park of the counterfeit Vicodin pills tested positive for fentanyl.
Okay, let me say this. Who decided to mix fentanyl with his Vicodin his pain medication. In my opinion, just my opinion, somebody wanted him to be unalive. They knew he'd taken pain medication. They found out. I smell a rat. Somebody wanted him to be unalive because he wouldn't play by the rules. Because remember when he had the word slave written going across his face, marked on his face with a marker? Y'all remember that? And he's always doing his performances, his shows, his concerts. He let you know that you can be your own boss. Nobody have to put out your music. You can put your own music out and things like this. Same thing Michael Jackson used to say. If they do that, then the big bosses won't get no money from you. That's why he changed his name from Prince to the symbol, the artist formerly known as Prince. That wasn't by accident, because they was looking just like his pain medication. Somebody had something put in there, mixed in, mix it together. This is not by accident, okay? He didn't accidentally overdose. Somebody wanted him to overdose.
Nothing in the evidence suggests that Prince knowingly ingested fentanyl.
Right.
In addition, there is no evidence that any person associated with Prince knew Prince possessed any counterfeit pills containing fentanyl. In all likelihood, Prince had no idea he was taking a counterfeit pill that could kill him. Others around Prince also likely did not know that the pills were counterfeit containing fentanyl. There is no evidence that the pill or pills that actually killed Prince were prescribed by a doctor. There is also no evidence to suggest any other sinister motive, intent, or conspiracy to murder Prince. The evidence suggests that Prince had long suffered significant pain, became addicted to pain medications, but took efforts to protect his privacy. In fact, Prince did not even own a cell phone. And so that was one important piece of evidence that law enforcement was not able to examine. The investigation also revealed on April 7, 2016, Dr. Michael Schulenberg treated Prince at North Memorial Clinic in Minnetonka. Prince's assistant, Kirk Johnson, contacted Dr. Schulenberg and asked him if he'd be able to see Prince because Prince had been experiencing numbness and tingling in his hands and legs and had vomited the night before. Dr. Schulenberg conducted a physical exam of Prince and then provided Prince with IV fluids. Dr. Schulenberg gave Prince 2 prescriptions for non-controlled substances, vitamin D and another drug to treat nausea. The doctor offered to see Prince again and conduct blood work if it was necessary. Dr. Schulenberg admitted to law enforcement that he put the prescription in Kirk Johnson's name in order to protect Prince's privacy. On April 14, 2016, Kirk Johnson contacted Dr. Schulenberg and asked the doctor if he would prescribe pain medication for Prince because Prince's hip was bothering him. Dr. Schulenberg stated that he felt comfortable prescribing Prince pain medication for Percocet because he had examined Prince the week before. He prescribed 15 pills of Percocet. Dr. Schulenberg's medical notes indicate that the patient called and was leaving for Atlanta for a concert shortly and hurt his back lifting equipment. He was wondering if he could get something to treat the pain. Dr. Schulenberg put the one-time prescription of the 15 Percocet pills in Kirk Johnson's name at the request of Kirk Johnson because Prince wanted to protect his privacy and he did not want any narcotics issued in his name. Police located 10 of the 15 Percocet pills inside Prince's suitcase at Paisley Park as a result of their search warrant. On the evening of April 14th, 2016, Prince became unconscious while flying back to Minneapolis from a concert in Atlanta. The plane had to make an emergency landing in Moline, Illinois. At the airport, emergency medical services administered 2 doses of Narcan to resuscitate Prince. Prince was taken to the hospital and released that same day. No pills were tested by chemical analysis in Moline, but the evidence suggests that it is likely that Prince took a counterfeit Vicodin pill or pills with the Watson 853 imprint on it that was in a Bayer bottle. On Monday, April 18th, 2016, Kirk Johnson told Dr. Schulenberg that he, Kirk Johnson, was concerned about Prince's opiate use. On Wednesday, April 20th, 2016, Dr. Schulenberg examined Prince again and took a blood sample. Prince stated that he was feeling antsy and asked about opiate withdrawal symptoms. Dr. Schulenberg administered IV fluids and provided a prescription for clonidine, a blood pressure medication that has been used to treat opiate withdrawal symptoms, and also a prescription for an antihistamine similar to Benadryl. That evening, Dr. Schulenberg spoke with Prince's management about arranging chemical dependency treatment for Prince. Prince's management then contacted a recovery center in California to assist Prince with his addiction. A representative from Recovery Without Walls in California traveled to Minnesota on April 21, 2016 to meet with Prince and management in order to get him help. On Thursday morning, April 21, 2016, Dr. Schulenberg communicated to Kirk Johnson that he had Prince's medical records and blood test results.
Okay. I'm going to be at that live. As soon as this is over, then I'm going to end it at here, but I'll be at her live too. Okay. Thank you guys for letting me know.
Dr. Schulenberg agreed to meet Kirk Johnson at Paisley Park to drop off the test results. When Dr. Schulenberg arrived, rescue units were on scene. I repeat that Prince did not die from taking the prescribed Percocet, since Percocet contains oxycodone and not fentanyl. The evidence that Dr. Schulenberg prescribed Percocet for Prince in Kirk Johnson's name is not germane to the ultimate question I reviewed, which is who provided the counterfeit Vicodin with fentanyl to Prince. Despite the intensive law enforcement investigation, there is no reliable evidence showing how Prince obtained the counterfeit Vicodin laced with fentanyl, or who else may have had a role in delivering the counterfeit Vicodin to Prince. As part of the investigation, law enforcement completed forensic analysis on all digital evidence seized pursuant to search warrants. Despite their extensive efforts, law enforcement was unable to determine the source of the counterfeit Vicodin laced with fentanyl. Therefore, without probable cause and no identified suspect, the Carver County Attorney's Office cannot file any criminal charges involving the death of Prince. The fact that criminal charges are not brought certainly does not mean that some person or persons associated with Prince did not assist or enable Prince in obtaining the counterfeit Vicodin. After all, Prince somehow did come into possession of the pills, and the pills had to come from some source. There is no doubt that the actions of individuals around Prince will be criticized, questioned, and judged in the days and weeks to come. But suspicions and innuendo are categorically insufficient to support any criminal charges. Assigning blame by implication is not my role as the Carver County attorney and as a prosecutor. My role is to make exacting legal determinations based on established and reliable facts, not to pass moral judgments. To ethically charge anybody with any crime requires probable cause plus a reasonable likelihood of conviction, noting that the threshold of proof in a criminal case is beyond a reasonable doubt to a unanimous jury. The bottom line is that we simply do not have sufficient evidence to charge anyone with a crime related to Prince's death. Because Prince was an intensely private person, he was certainly assisted and enabled by others to obtain some of these medications. Those individuals included, but are not limited to Dr. Schulenberg and Kirk Johnson. The evidence shows that they followed Prince's direction in maintaining his privacy. However, we have no direct evidence that a specific person provided the fentanyl to Prince. For every legal wrong, there is a remedy, but not every remedy is criminal in nature. Therefore, I am pleased to announce that the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Minnesota just issued a press release announcing a civil settlement with Dr. Schulenberg. We are pleased that the doctor is being held accountable for his actions in writing the prescription Percocet in Kirk Johnson's name. Because I am declining to file criminal charges, the law enforcement reports prepared by the Carver County Sheriff's Office now become public data under Minnesota law. These materials will be available for free download on the Carver County Sheriff's website in the next day or two. Individual data requests are therefore not required. While some portions of the law enforcement data may be redacted consistent with the law, the vast majority of the reports and photos are not redacted. Under Minnesota law, all data is presumed public unless some exception applies. Our state has a very open and transparent process as it relates to data, even criminal investigative reports and photos of crime scenes. This office must comply with the law, and therefore the reports and photos are public at this stage since no charges are being filed. In regards to the autopsy reports, Minnesota law is very specific about data that a medical examiner is allowed to disclose. The law provides that the autopsy reports, which includes the toxicology reports, are considered private or non-public data under Minnesota law and therefore are not accessible to the public. I would like to conclude by stating that we are in the middle of an unprecedented and horrific epidemic of opioid overdoses in this country. Prince's death is a tragic example that opioid addiction and overdose deaths do not discriminate, no matter the demographic.
Mm-hmm.
We wish to express our sincere condolences to the family, friends, and vast legion of Prince's fans. Thank you.
Okay, guys, you all heard that. You all heard that. So what we're going to do, because I'm not going to say her name on this channel because I don't want to taint no bad vibes from the Diddler, but we're going to go over to her live, okay? I'm going to do a part 2 because we had 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm going to do a part 2 of this, okay? And that part 2, if I do the part 2, I got something else that I was going to cover along with that. Remember I said there's 2 lists in the very beginning of my opening for this live, right? There was 2 lists. Okay, we haven't even gotten to that second list. I didn't do the first list. I'm doing the second list. So we're going to finish up this part with all the other players that we didn't get a chance to cover. Everybody else that didn't survive the Diddler, we're going to finish up that list. Plus, we're going to talk about the other one, okay? Because I do want to, definitely want you all to see Kim's stuff. I collect the video for Kim Porter. I definitely want to show that. Pinkie, I really enjoyed this live. Thank you. See, y'all learn things. Y'all see, we heard about it, but you haven't seen the press conference or the funeral or this or that. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to watch a few more funerals. I hate to say it, but that's what we're going to do in news coverage during that time, whether it was 14, 15, or 20 years ago. We're going to watch those videos. Okay. All right, guys. Now I'm going to head over to the live, just like you all. Okay. So let's go over and show some support and have a great time. All right. And you all know who I'm talking about. We're just not going to bring her name up on around this Diddler thing. Okay. Bye-bye, guys. Love you.